Hi, in this video, I'll show you exactly how I created those two crystals. Alright, so first of all, full disclaimer, this is in no way a tutorial. Matter of fact, this is the first time I'm doing a crystal, so it's more like a walkthrough with my thought process during this walkthrough of those two crystals. And so the first thing that I did is to obviously design the crystal, and for that I did two sketches. I would recommend, if this is the first time, like for me it was the first time that you do crystal, to at least do two sketches. I should have probably done more because I think that the design of the crystal itself is for a lot in terms of the final rendering, right? So the first few lines that you'll put there will really make or break, I think, this crystal. So the first thing you should do is definitely have a few sketches to find a good design. Once my sketches were done, the first thing that I wanted to do is to create a group mask so I could put all my layers into it. And so for this, super simple, you can use the lasso tool or the pen tool like in this case. And then once you have the selection, you simply have to click on the mask icon. And this way, you'll have a group mask in which you'll be able to put all your layers in it without being scared to go outside of the boundaries. And this is where the fun begins. At this point, I want to design every small shapes, every cut of this crystal with a small gradient or a highlight or something like that. When it comes to the creation of a crystal, I think there's a lot of light theory, reflection, subsurface scattering, all of those things that go into it. And if you're not familiar with those things, I would suggest having a board of example, both of real crystal and crystal that's been done by other artists to give you just enough knowledge to be able to design this one from scratch. As I'm designing this crystal, I'm always trying to keep in mind the light direction, which is top left in this case, so all my reflection makes sense when we look at the crystal itself. And I also went ahead here and used a few texture brush to add that grain that real crystal has. So I'm using an overlay layer or a color dodge usually to do those things. Basically, overlay and color dodge will give you enough lights effect and transparency to be able to paint over something that's already rendered. Like in this case, the sides of the crystals were already created. And like I was saying, I'm trying to keep the same light direction on everything, especially when I'm going to add some small imperfection. Like right now, I'm going to add like a little crack in the crystal itself, and I'm trying to keep the same light direction. Crystals itself have a lot of reflection that comes inside it, some subsurface scattering where the light comes inside the crystal and bounce everywhere. I'm trying to keep that in mind, but sometimes you need to just go with your guts and think about that you just need something that is shiny, and so adding a few reflection at the right places can really help you to make this crystal just look better. When I started to have a base, I started to think about, first of all, that the background was too pale, so I made it darker, and I wanted to have that magical effect on this crystal. And so I thought that having like a mist of smoke that is colored with the color of the crystal could really help to just add to the storytelling of this object. While painting the other crystal, I kept in mind that the crystal by its side was blue, and I really wanted to have the two crystals fit within the same environment, and that's why I put red reflection on the blue crystal and a little bit of a blue reflection on the red crystal. Understanding how bounce light works, or even just like a little bit of understanding of light theory, can really help paint anything. I think it's one of those foundation skills that if you have it, you'll be able to be just that much better on pretty much everything that you paint, and especially something as reflective and shiny as a crystal. A good trick to make your crystal look like it's glowing a lot is to add a blur effect, and for this you simply have to duplicate your crystal once you have the base and add a Gaussian blur on it, and then simply delete what's in the middle. It's going to keep a rim of glowing effect all around it, which will make your crystal look like it's glowing. And I'll finish by saying this, it's in no way a perfect illustration. Matter of fact, while designing it, I think there's a few cuts on this crystal that don't make perfect sense, but it was a great experience for me to actually try it. And so I hope you like this video. If you like those kind of videos where I walk you through my thought process on illustration, please leave me a comment below to let me know what you think of it, and I'll try to make some more. Also, I want to precise that this crystals is actually part of the 30-day art habit challenge, which you can participate as well during the whole month of January. So if you're looking at this during the month of January, you simply have to join our Discord server. And if it's past January, the Discord server will always be there. So I'll put the link in the description of this video. And for the rest, make sure to subscribe to not miss the next videos. And I'm looking forward to see you in the next videos. Happy painting, guys.